Good morning. As always, trying to start this day off right with positive thoughts and cold plunge wisdom for today. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk, it's still always cold. I want to talk today. Even when the sun's out, we think it's going to be warmer, and it is warmer than 24 degrees, which I've been in, but it almost makes it a little harder when it's a little bit warmer because you expect more. Anyway, talking about something that came to me, which I would like to refer to as the multiplier or the negifier. And it is our filters. And that is the way I would like to put it. I was thinking about how communication can get so distorted depending on the filter that we have going on. So I'm going to give you an example. I do this cold plunge every day, which is very vulnerable and not an easy thing to do. And I make it look easy, I guess, but it took a lot of courage. And even to post that first video, that was the last thing I was expecting to do. I've gotten a lot of great feedback, and I really appreciate you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you watching. The other day, I had gotten a comment on one of my cold plunge videos that said, "You're something," right? So I could take that as, wow, you're something. Wow, that's amazing. Or I can take that as, oh God, like, what is she thinking, right? Depending on where my mindset is. So to be honest, I was probably neutral mindset. I was probably not as high as I could be, and nor in the complete negifier. So I wasn't sure how to take it. And then the same person posted on my other video, which is not a cold plunge video, and it was a deep and powerful thought, and his response was, wow. And again, that could be taken as a positive or a negative because I'm talking about deep stuff. I'm hitting stuff that can be uncomfortable as well as empowering and exciting, right? Depending on where you are, whether your negifier is on or your multiplier is on. And so I joke about that. I came up with that term. I had a friend who everything that I spoke about, he spins the negative response, or he spins the what some people would say is, I'm realistic and I need to, give you all the things to look at, because sometimes people that look positive or act optimistic may not look like they know, or you may not believe that we're aware of our surroundings. And so there are people that like to point out that you have to look at this, you have to look at that, you have to look at this, which is fine, but getting stuck in the constant negifier is a filter that makes our life not as much fun. But what also happens is, again, I always talk about the magnet. We are an electromagnetic field, and wherever we put our energy, wherever we put and focus our energy, is what we're going to get more of. So while it is a smart idea to look around you and look at your peripheral view and pull back from a situation and see all the moving parts, it's very important to focus on what you want to bring more of, and to look at it from an optimistic point of view, and to in order to get more. So if you were looking at something that had a percentage that wasn't favorable and a percentage that was favorable, then you'd focus more of your energy on the favorable piece to bring more of that in, even though you're looking at the whole picture. So then it goes back to, we get to decide what filter we want to put in, because whatever filter we put in by focusing on the multiplier or the negifier is what we're going to get more of. And that's what flips our magnet back up and allows us to attract from a place of possibility versus feeling stuck in a situation or feeling like the world is a grim place. Because if you look around, the world is not a grim place for everybody. And there aren't just a chosen few. It's not like, okay, well, this one goes down that chute and they're going to have an amazing life. And this one goes down that chute and they're just damned. Right? That's not the way it is. We have a lot to do with it. It's not a blame thing. But we at this point have control over our experience. We cannot force something in the outer world, but how we respond decides the quality of our life and brings more things that make us feel the way we do when we respond. So we get to choose between our negifier and our multiplier. And that is my challenge for you today. In what way are you looking at life through a skewed vision, through a limited, a limited way of looking at it? And how can you shift your focus to see the good in the situation so that you can multiply that good? That's my question. That's my challenge. I hope you have an amazing day, and I love you lots. Bye.